Hello, everyone. Counterspell Hater here. Back with another EDH guide. This is not the first time I've recorded this. I had some technical difficulties, but besides that, before we get into the video, as usual, please like and subscribe if you are one of the people who have been supporting me since the start or currently are. Thank you to you. And if you want to be one of those people, just please like and subscribe. And also comment. And as you're commenting, you can make an EDH request if you're the first one to comment on this video. And even if you're not, then please comment anyways. But if you're making a request, just kind of be clear, because one of my latest comments wasn't very clear if he wanted an EDH request or not. It said, quote unquote, he wanted to see how I would build Fire Crag, which was one of the commanders from Baldur's from Battle of Baldur's Gate, which now has like some spoilers and out and all that. And to be honest, that was the plan until I found another one from Baldur's Gate. It's the Lord of Bones. It's an Abbadon creature. I was going to do that, but then I found a particular spoiler, which we will get into in a second. But before that, hit the notification bell. That way you don't miss another one of my videos. And please share this video along with other videos found on my channel. Now, about that spoiler, this spoiler comes straight from, there it is, straight from Warhammer 40K is Abbadon the Despoiler. And this is a deal damage cascade deck. Yeah. This is Rakdos, but on another level. Like this is probably what would exactly happen if you added blue to Rakdos. So the plan is kind of mostly creature based, but then it turned into just deal damage. And then we've got some storm cards and some mana ramp. So let's just get straight into this chaos. Terror of the Peaks can just deal a lot of damage in this deck. I mean, you're cascading so much, and if you put in a lot of creatures, you may just end up going really wide and dealing a whole bunch of damage. Also, since this is a spoiler, this is very new. I'll read it to you. Trample 5/5. During your turn, spells you cast from your hand with mana value X or less have cascade where X is the total amount of life your opponent have lost this turn. Wizards, what are you thinking? First, the commander I covered last episode. Now this. It's getting ridiculous. Speaking of Rakdos earlier, Rakdos Lord of Rights is in here to make everything cost ridiculously cheap. Fire Emancipation, triple up on damage. Director Seth is in here to deal a bunch of damage. Warstorm Surge and Impact Trevor's deal a bunch of damage when our creatures are on the battlefield. Burning Anger, so we don't have to attack a particular creature we don't want to with, but we can still deal damage. Exquisite Blood to help us stay in the game by gaining us life whenever our opponent loses life. And Moon Reflection, double up on the life loss, kill our opponents even faster, you know the deal. Archfiend of Despair, same thing like Moon Reflection, except probably better. Sword of Discord can get rid of 2 players rather fast. Aetherflux Reservoir, this can just straight up kill someone, since you are casting when you are cascading, you are casting the exile card, which means it will count for Aetherflux's Aetherflux Reservoir's storm trigger, and this can end up just allowing you to cast each card in your hand and guarantee its cascade if you're able to get to beyond 50 life. Because I mean, blast someone for 50. I mean, come on. Retreat to Hagra to make use of our lands. Give our creatures a form of evasion in Death Touch and buff them up, or just straight up drain people, which is probably better. Siege Zombie, since if you want to, you can go wide with this. Zephyr Demon, is amazing because, well, if we aren't making use of our creatures really well, Zephyr Demon can help us solve that problem by just getting rid of them. And in trade, we get a bunch of life loss out of our opponents. And if we can't, we have to, and if we can't sacrifice a creature, we tap Zephyr Demon and we end up losing some life, unfortunately. Blood Tyrant, in case someone gets knocked out rather fast. I mean, 5++ counters, and also guaranteeing that at least cards in our hand with mana value of 3 or less are able to have Cascade. That was kind of jumbled. Court of Ambition, once again, kind of like Blood Tyrant, but on a greater level if we have Monarch. Well, a greater level anyways, even without Monarch, because on your upkeep, Court of Ambition triggers. If you're in a 4-way, that's 9 total life lost from your opponents combined, meaning that spells in your hand that have 9 mana value or less are going to have Cascade, which is nuts. Baleful Omen. We're going to be playing ridiculously high CMC spells, so Baleful Omen is going to just make use of that even more. Extinguinate. I don't know how to pronounce this card. I think I pronounced it right the first time, but I mean, X-Spell, you know how this works. This can keep you in the game for a good long while. Protection Racket, just make sure everyone loses a lot more life. So it's like Baleful Omen, but way better, like a lot better. Massacre Worm to counter aristocrats. Like I've said, being able to counter certain types of players is one of the keys to winning in a game of EDH. So by being prepared for aristocrats, that's one less type of player we have to worry about, because whenever a creature opponent controls dies, that player loses 2 life, and if that's on our turn, we get more benefits from it. But even if it's not, this is still a pretty good counter, and when it enters in, it can result in a lot of life loss, especially against token players. If they have a lot of 1/1s, they're going to be in trouble. And then we've just got like Eldrazi, just to be ridiculous, because we're definitely our opponents are going to lose probably more than likely a total life of higher than 15. So like probably 17 within a turn. Whatever the case, eventually Emrakul Theon's Torn, which cannot be countered, which is amazing. And allows you to take an extra turn, which is why one of the reasons why it's in here, other than it being a really good card. Not to mention, if you need this to Cascade, God only knows how much trouble your opponents are in, because you could get something like Ulamog the Infinite Gyre, or Ulamog the Ceaseless Hunger. Ulamog the Infinite Gyre is in here to destroy stuff. Also, because of Annihilator 4, it can will away at our opponent's board states. If they have Lust to block with, that's more damage we're getting in through 4. Ulamog's Ceaseless Hunger can just end the game very quickly. Runescarred Demon. We end up casting this via Cascade. We can get something else pretty scary. So this can get us Emrakul if our opponents have lost a total of 15 life or more. Calls like the Great Distortion. I mean, if you're no fun, you play the second ability. Void Winnower. anyways, Void Winnower. Your opponents can't cast spells with even converted mana cost. This can just put a dent in your opponent's plans or even shut them down. And they can't block with the creatures with converted mana cost, so that allows you to get in for more damage. After Reserve Ulamog, Annihilator 3, and it's pretty difficult to block, and I mean 9/9. So, Breaker of Armies is going to allow you to get in for a huge chunk of damage. Sure, they're blocking 10 damage with all their creatures, but God knows how much else damage you've got coming in. Conduit of Ruin, make our stuff cheaper and help us search for something. Deceiver of Form, I mean, you could end up turning your entire board into copies of Terror of the Peaks all of a sudden, which, why wouldn't you? Although, then you'd be turning your commander into a copy of Terror of the Peaks, but, I mean, it's good. Mind's Desire, here we now get into like Stormcast cards. So Mind's Desire, just read the cards and you'll know why they're in here because they're so good. Empty the Warrens for creatures. Ignite Memories is really good because they can end up dealing a lot of damage, therefore allowing us to cascade with higher CMC spells. Volcanic Torrents can deal a lot of damage too. Volcanic Awakening is just mean. Spreading Insurrection can just end the game. Grape Shot can just kill someone. Temporal Fissure, just all of someone's permanents back to their hand, which can really be detrimental to their life total, because then you're just free to swing. Tendrils of Agony can just kill someone. And then we've got Mana Ramp, so Soul Ring, Replicating Ring, Chromatic Ori for flexibility in our mana, Doubling Cube, Mana Vault, Gilded Lotus, Chromatic Lantern, Jeweled Lotus, and then we got Paradox Engine, since we're casting so many stuff to untap all of our non-land permanents. Then we got Spine Rock Knoll for Hideaway, since we're going to be dealing more than 7 damage, most likely within a turn to an opponent. And then Isolated Watchtower, since we're not in the colors to ramp with lands, so this is going to help us with mana and with our draws. With it out, thanks, subscribe. And then we've got 16 basic islands, 16 basic swamps, and 16 basic mountains. And with that, the end of this commander guide, starring Abbadon the Spoiler, and probably even more unfair commander than what we reviewed last time. If not, then probably just as much as unfair. But that is it for this. Like I said at the beginning of the video, please like and subscribe. If you're one of the people who are currently supporting me or have been supporting me from the start, thank you very much. And if you want to be one of those people, just click the like button and the subscribe button. Don't forget to comment. I like feedback from you guys. Be clear on your EDH requests. No big deal. Not a big problem. Just avoid confusion. Also, if you're as I said at the beginning of the video, if you're the first comment, you can make an EDH request. So Fire Crag, instants and sorceries like Goad type deck, or Fire Crag Dragon Travel, because there's 2 ways you can go with that deck. Just let me know. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. That way you don't miss another one of my videos, any upcoming content on the channel. And please share this video along with other videos found on my channel with other people. And with that said, adios. I'll see you Monday.